I thought this was a pipe coming out the hillside. It's actually a sort of a stanchion for something. How on earth did that get there? I've noticed on some of these rocks, there's one here, there's some little yellow spots painted. They're quite faded now though. But you can see when you enter this, just back there, you can see the path here and the post. So you're not walking far on it. Actually makes quite a nice change because behind me it's really overgrown. I'm scratched to hell. So one thing, you often see a lot of the pretty bits to walk on. What people don't show you is the awful bits where it's really overgrown with gorse and brambles. Some of the brambles are rasping past your legs. My legs are an absolute mess from all the overgrown sections. It's too hot for trousers. Right, gotta get out there now. Let's do it. That was a horrible walk from that beach down there. Again, it's really overgrown. I was on my hands and knees getting through some of it at some point. This is one of the reasons why I've just not opted for the wild camping, because it gets so filthy by the end of the day. Honestly, where my socks are, I can't tell what's dirt and what's suntan now, because you're sweating so much and the paths are just dust dry. It looks like I've been stomping around like someone's thrown a bucket of water on my legs. I've been stomping around in powdered cement by the end of the day. And when I got to the campsite in Treen yesterday, I literally just before I walked in, I just thought, oh, this bottle of water's going over my head. I need to cool down. So I walked in, it was kind of dripping off me a bit. And they were going, oh, you look battered, mate, you look battered. And he goes, sit down, take a breather, I'll tell you where everything is. I thought, no, please, just show me where my pitch is. So I'm going to get the tent up, throw the pack in and go straight in the shower. And that's just partly why I've done a lot of the camping instead of wild camping. Because it's just desperation for a shower at the end of the day. It's the trouble, I've just come up the hill, it looks like I'm going back down it again. Please don't. Oh yeah, here's another bit I remember from people's videos. The Bog of Eternal Stench, if you've seen Labyrinth. Alright, I'm definitely putting the camera away, this will be fun. This is the bit where you think boots just for this one moment would have been good. Alright. Fortunately there's planks across here. Let's get the camera away. Hope I don't get a boot full because my trail runners are really wearing thin. I'm not, a little bit worried they're not going to last till another 150 miles. I believe just around this corner now should be Lamorna. Fingers crossed I should be able to get some refreshments there. Fingers crossed. Lamorna. The cafe in Lamorna doesn't open till 11, but there's a full water fountain just there. So thank heavens I bought my soya squeeze bottle. So I filled that up now. Rather than wait half an hour, I'm just going to push on 2 miles into Mousehole. But it's only a mile and a half of trail, then it's road walking. I found a flat bit at last. That isn't completely overgrown. This is the first time in 5.5 miles, maybe 6 miles, that I've actually just been able to get some pace going and start walking. That's been a torrid time from Treen through to, or just past Lamorna. Yeah, that's probably one of the worst mornings walk on the whole trail, like literally from Minehead. One of the worst mornings, just so overgrown, huge great boulders to negotiate, which would be great fun on fresh legs, the day pack for the day. But with a £30 pack and you know, a better part of 200 miles in the bag by now for this trip, it's just hard work. But I can just see St Michael's Mountain in the distance as well, which is nice. Somewhere I've always wanted to go, but sadly again all these places I wanted to visit, it's just not going to happen. It just gets too hot, too hilly, too tiring. I knew I had to manage my expectations for this trail, but yeah, I've had to really rein them in, because it's just so tough. You're just trying to get to a campsite, even leaving at 8 in the morning, trying to get to a campsite 15, 16 miles away before 6 o'clock, and they potentially turn you away, some of them. It just becomes a race of attrition at times. Finally on the road to Mousehole now. Normally I would like a 6 or 7, 8 mile road walk, but it's going to be a welcome break, because that sort of 6 miles from Treen to get to this road has been awful, absolutely awful. Overgrown, a lot of boulder hopping and scrambling, some really steep bits. Some of that path will be great with a day pack and fresh legs to jump over the boulders and scramble around, but not with a 30-pound pack and almost 200 miles under your belt. But it's just so overgrown. It's like walking through a jungle at times. You're literally almost on your hands and knees at some points. And there's some really boggy sections in there as well. I'm glad that's over. The good thing is, I can see past St Michael's Mount, and it looks like it's quite flat down there. I can't see cliffs beyond there, so hopefully it'll be a bit flatter this afternoon. This is Mousehole. I am just in Penzance, just been into town to get some food, and I actually went into the station to see about train time. I'm that close to giving up, I'm just feeling battered. But I'm going to push on. Falmouth is the next train station at about 60 odd miles away, so I'm going to push on to that one. But yeah, I'm feeling absolutely battered today. Yeah, I don't know how far I get today, but I'm going to sit down and have something to eat. I've got plenty of food in Penzance here, and we'll see how far we get today. So I felt the need to wrap up today's video. It ended a bit abruptly, it was a bit short, and I think it needed some reasoning on why. I tried with some time lapse the previous night before, and I forgot to change the settings on the camera back, so I lost quite a lot of footage in the morning, which was quite short. I wasn't in the best of moods because I left my water bottle at the campsite. I threw it away by mistake, so I had to walk the first 5 miles without anything to drink, hence me the clip in Laborna filling up my filter squeeze bag with water. But also I realised I needed a break from the trail after 2 weeks of continuous walking, no rest days, no half days, no nights in the B&B. I got that bit wrong, I think. I should have done what I usually do and have a day off every 4 or 5 days in a B&B just to unwind, get everything repacked and cleaned. But I didn't do that because the weather was too good. I didn't think I needed to. But it caught up with me. And when I got to Penzance, in the last clip I said I was going to push on to the next station, but I just didn't have it in me to carry on. And the cost of a hotel in Penzance was actually a few quid more than the train home and coming back. So the plan was, I got the train home, I got home late Wednesday night. I was going to come back on Saturday with a complete summer load out because the weather was going to be heatwave weather. And it never happened. Sunday and Monday were due to be the warmest days on record in the UK. I didn't want to walk in that. Tuesday was going to be thunderstorms in the south coast. That wasn't sensible. So I went to go back on Wednesday, but all the trains were disrupted because of line fires and power lines being down, which left me no time to get back to Cornwall in the end. I thought about a couple of days in South Devon and Dorset, but I really want to kind of do the trail in larger chunks and just enjoy it more rather than a bit here and a bit there. So unfortunately for that session it has ended. So I mean, I'm here today on the North Downs Way, which I've been ticking off on little day hikes just because I wanted to get back out and walking again. But there may be some more videos from South Devon and Dorset coming up this year, but certainly I will be getting back to Cornwall next spring. So I hope you enjoyed the videos, and there'll be plenty more to come.